When Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk finally got into the ring earlier this year, we saw an absolutely intriguing tactical clash, a display of two fighters at the absolute tops of their games, engaging in an intriguing battle of chess, violent chess as we like to call it in the boxing world. But in this fight there were some specific details, and in this video I want to take a look at some of the underhand tactics of Tyson Fury, some of the borderline tactics he used that could be called into question around their legality, around whether they were allowed in the fight, and things that he managed to get away with. It's up to you to decide whether or not you think he deliberately did these things, up for you to decide whether or not you think that these are things that were just accidental. But I'm going to give you my opinion and my perspective in this video. This video is part of a bigger game film analysis tactical video that I've already done. If you want to go and watch the full thing in its entirety, I'll put the link in the description below. But in this one, I've taken the chapter here where I'm just looking at some of the tactics Tyson Fury used that were a little bit borderline, a little bit questionable. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to like the video. And, by the way, if you do want to buy this fight, if you are enjoying my content, I'd really appreciate if you could support me and just use my DAZN link in the description to buy the fight. It won't cost you anything extra. It just means I get a little share of the percentage of a little percentage share, of the revenue on your purchase. That's all it means, and I'd really appreciate it because it helps to support my channel. But anyway, guys, without further ado, check out this video I made. And as I say, if you want to go and watch the full thing, link is in the description. Cheers. Now, you know that saying, all's fair in love and war. This is a good example of that from Tyson Fury. Something a little dirty here, a little bit naughty. You're not allowed to do it, but it happens quite a bit in fights. See here, now, Fury's obviously been struggling to hit Usyk clean throughout the fight. Watch here what he does. He steps forward, and you see that there. He just stands on Usyk's foot. You see that? So as Usyk tries to pull back, Fury steps in, he steps on Usyk's foot as he's throwing the jab, and he lands clean. And it's because Usyk can't get away, basically. He goes foot right on top of Usyk's toes there. He can't move. Something just to point out to you quickly, because often you can't actually see what Fury's doing with his feet because the camera's at sort of a waist height. But that happened more than once in the fight, for sure. And then Usyk dips under, lands a body shot. But something that Fury did there, I just noticed that. I thought I'd show you very quickly. Now, this is very, very important. These uppercuts that I'm going to show you from Fury, this is, for me, this should be a topic of hot debate for me, these uppercuts. I don't know why they're not. I think maybe people just didn't slow it down enough and analyze it enough. I do not believe that it is absolutely 100% confirmed that these are legal uppercuts that Fury lands. And this is where things start to shift in Fury's favor. In these mid-rounds, I believe Usyk slows down a lot in these mid-rounds because of these shots from Fury. So watch here. Fury touches up to the jabs upstairs. He just touches Usyk's guard. Once, he goes twice, and he brings his foot all the way forward again. Now, he's obviously not standing on Usyk's foot this time, but the point is here, it's actually, from Fury, it's a more aggressive movement. We've not seen it too much in this fight. He brings his foot from here all the way over here. Really, being more aggressive, getting into Usyk's range. He steps forward, and as he touches against the guard, and again, it's super important for Fury that he occupies this guard first, he slings in this right uppercut. Sort of a hooking, sort of a shovel hook. It's definitely an uppercut to the body. And that, my friends, is borderline. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to zoom in on that. That is borderline. That is questionable. I don't know where the referee has said is okay to hit, but you see that white line there? Ooh, let me undo that. You see that white line there? That is Usyk's protector. And I have heard commentators like Andy Clark say, I heard him say this in the David Allen fight when Dave Allen was fighting against your man, Fraser Clark. If it hits the protector, that is by definition a low blow. If that is true, that is very clearly a low blow. Sometimes referees say on the belt line is okay when the belt line is very, very high. I think they use the navel, aka the belly button, as a measuring point usually, but that is questionable for me whether or not that is okay. I don't know if that is a legal body punch. It looks to me questionable. I'd love you to weigh in on that and discuss that. But that is a very, very significant punch from Tyson Fury. And worth saying that the only real weakness we've seen from Usyk, if you can call it a weakness, was that low blow, the low blow that Daniel Dubois landed on him in his fight where everyone said, is that a legal blow? Is that an illegal blow? It was definitely an illegal blow. It hit his belt line, which was below his belly button. And even though people wanted to make you believe that it was a legitimate punch, that Usyk should have been knocked out and stopped by Daniel Dubois, he was given multiple minutes to recover. That's the only weakness he's shown. And people also ask that, like, oh, is he weak to the body? Well, I think Fury here is showing frustration and he's showing a little bit of know-how and a little bit of smarts. He knows if he goes to that part of Usyk's body, he's probably not going to get disqualified if he lands it a bit low. And he also knows that Usyk can be affected there. He knows it's possible to land on Usyk there. And you watch again here. Again, you be the judge. Do you think this is a legal shot? Watch what he does. Again, he touches the guard. Usyk steps in. He lands a good jab to Fury's head there, actually. But this is something, again, discussion for the next video. something that Fury might need to look to do a bit more, and that is the idea of throwing when Usyk throws. Anyway, I'll show you. Lands a jab on Fury's head here, but what does Fury do? He rips in another uppercut. I'm sorry. I just don't think there's any chance that this one isn't low. Again, you know, look at this. Look where that's landing. You know, that's the belt line there. The bottom of the glove is there. That's the bottom of the belt line. There's no way that's not a low blow. And you can tell me it is you can tell me that's legal if you want, but I just don't believe that is. Again, it's a big shot, and you can see, look, Usyk dips down. You can see he's like, what the F are you doing? The referee sort of steps in. He doesn't actually, from what I can see, he doesn't actually warn Fury there for a little bit. But look at Usyk's face here. Look at his eyes. He's absolutely fuming. Look at that. He's like, how dare you use these illegal tactics on me, you know? So this is the start of a very difficult period for Usyk where Fury starts landing these right uppercuts, and I think they look low. I think they look like they're hitting the protector to me, and I don't know why this wasn't talked about more. And I would love to see what people think about this. I'm going to show you another one. This is all in a very, very close sequence. Now watch this one. Fury, this time it's this hand just does a little check hook, a little sort of throwaway hook. Doesn't really put much into it. It's just to get his body position right, to create the leverage. You open your shoulders up. That then creates a point to sort of go through to create the momentum for the right uppercut. So again, right uppercut. This one I actually think is okay. Again, you could argue it, but at least this time it's sort of landing on some of the body as well. Of all the ones I've seen, I think that's the most definitely legitimate. But again, lands to the body there with the right uppercut. And when you look at Usyk's face here, you know, still focused on everything, but he is looking a little bit more tired in his face to me at this point. I think these uppercuts drained him a lot, and this was how Fury went on to have his best rounds of the fight. You know, sort of 5, 6, 7. These were the moments where Fury was sort of looking a bit more dominant, was landing some effective shots. Really important to say, if you go and watch the fight, guys, Usyk's still doing incredibly well here. He's still landing a lot of punches, but he definitely visibly slows for me. And this round 5, these borderline body shots from Fury, I think that they're questionable, and I think that, you know, they were a big moment in the fight. Again, Usyk had a lot of success here still, but this is what I wanted to show you. These body uppercuts. And again here from Fury, and you know, Fury fanboys are going to hate me for this, because I'm showing all these little tricks that he does, and they're not legal. I think some of those body shots are extremely questionable. Again, standing on Usyk's lead foot. You know, Usyk steps in. The second he steps, Fury steps on his foot. So he knows Usyk can't get away. As he steps on his foot, he slings in a right hook. Again, all's fair in love and war. If you can get away with it, then you do it in boxing. You know, you're trying to win the fight. Look, just so you can all see, look. Very, very clearly stepping on Usyk's foot there. Right? Lands a big right hook. Luckily, Usyk partially blocks it for Usyk's sake. And, you know, Fury able to catch another little left hook there. Partially landed. Usyk gets his foot away. And I've got to show you this here, because I think when Fury starts to feel the pace of Usyk, when he feels like he needs to turn it around, he looks for that borderline shot. Now watch, Usyk steps in, just goes under Fury's hand there. What does Fury do here? Watch. Dips low on the inside, and you see what he does. You can't quite see it because of the angle, but he slips in a right uppercut, and it's hard for you to see where it lands, but it rides up, if anything, and you can see it's on the line there. Again, you know, that's once it comes around the angle, so if anything, it was lower than that. And you see, watch Usyk's reaction here. He steps off and he points down at the belt line himself and he complains. He's like, look, what the F are you doing? And, you know, these are definitely some untoward tactics from Tyson Fury, and pissed Usyk off because he's trying to get into his flow. He's trying to be more aggressive, and Fury's not playing fair to his mind. And I'll let you be the judge. Please get in the comment section below and let me know what you think. The only other thing I've not really spoken about is the Fury showboating. And that's because I've spoken about this before, but throughout the fight, you will find moments and you will find examples of where Fury does a bit of showboating or a bit of appealing to the crowd, or whether it's laughing to the crowd, dancing around a little bit, sort of, you know, standing on the ropes and doing a little jig, moving his head around. If you go back and watch it, every single time he does that, it's when he has had a moment that wasn't so good for him, where he lacked success. Whether that was him trying to hit Usyk and missing every single shot, whether that was Usyk putting him under intense pressure and Fury managing to dodge a few shots and then celebrating almost. I believe it's not a nervous twitch. If you watch the fight back, every time, I think his twitch and the thing he does to relieve pressure from himself, and it's maybe a slightly subconscious thing, is he touches his nose and he touches his face with his glove. That's a twitch, because I've seen people calling this showboating thing a twitch. For me, the showboating thing is more calculated than that. I think he does it to try and create a feeling to the crowd and even to judges that he is winning rounds, when actually he's not. It also, Usyk, you'll watch, every time he does it, Usyk steps off him. And it's because he's like, you do that and then we'll resume fighting. I'm not going to buy into this crap. I'm not going to let you make me look stupid. And because Fury is good at slipping and dodging punches, as I showed you earlier in the fight, there's a freshness about him. He can do that. So for me, it's also to get a break from the relentless pressure that Usyk applies. I think it's calculated. He said in this fight he needs to concentrate and not mess around so much. I don't think that was anything to do with concentration. I think it was calculated. And that is my opinion. And that is the final thing I'll say about this fight.